never before seen footage in Fairy Tail. Now, Fairy Tail, there's a lot of stuff that we have information about, but we haven't actually seen it go down. Today, I'm going to be talking about some of the stuff that we know that's happened, but we never ever got to see it, or we haven't gotten a clear explanation on it. Now, number one is Gray's childhood with Silver. Now, we know that that's his dad, and we know that Silver, he was basically looking for Gray. It's not like that he didn't want Gray, because when he found out that Gray was alive, he was actually happy. But how was his childhood with him? Because we found when we were first introduced to Gray, we know that he was wandering around in that blizzard, and then he ended up meeting Old Tears. So what was the childhood between those two? Like, did they have a good relationship? Were they friends, or not friends, but did they have like a good father-son relationship? Was Silver nice to him? Like, how did Gray end up becoming a wanderer and just walking around and finding and leading up to Old Tear? Now, we know that Deliora, he did play a hand in actually taking out the village, but me personally, I would like to see more on Gray and Silver's past. I think it'll be cool. The next one is the Dragon Slayer's childhood with the dragons. Now, excluding Natsu, because we've seen a lot of what him and Neil did. You know, Neil taught him how to read, right? You know, we basically saw about Natsu. But what about the other Dragon Slayers? Because people like Wendy, Gajeel, Sting, Rogue, we haven't seen what they basically been doing with their dragons. Me personally, I would love to see Gajeel's past with his dragon, because those two, their interaction is just hilarious, man. I love it a lot. Even though it was short-lived, we had Metallicana. He's basically saying, yo, you gotta change that look in your eye, man, because you're looking a little bit spooky. And I wish we would have got to see more of that. Same thing with Wendy and Grandini, because they actually look like that they had a loving relationship between those two. I'm not gonna lie, because we could tell that Grandini, she really did care for Wendy a lot. So I wish we do get to see more about the Dragon Slayers and their interaction with their dragons as kids, because if Natsu got it, why wouldn't the other ones get it? The next one, to me personally, is very spooky, and this one is Zeref creating the Alvarez Empire army. Now, we know that Zeref, he's been alive for about 400 plus years. He's been wandering around, and this got me thinking, when it was revealed that Zeref created the Alvarez Empire, where did this come into? Because we know that the Alvarez Empire, it's a huge place. It has its own little spot on the map, so it's not like it's some dark guild. No, this is like an actual empire. He's praised as being a king and everything. So how did Zeref actually find the time to do this? Like, how did he recruit everybody, all the Spring and 12 members? I definitely think that we need a 400-year arc, and I think that would be amazing if we did get one. Next one is Acnologia learning Dragon Slayer magic. Now this one's it's all in the title, Acnologia learning Dragon Slayer magic. This goes along with this past. We know that Acnologia, he did actually become a Dragon Slayer. A lot of people, they actually forget that Acnologia is a Dragon Slayer. They think that he's just like a dragon or a human that turned to a dragon. Like, no, he actually is a Dragon Slayer. We just don't know which element he has yet, but we know that Acnologia, he's a Dragon Slayer, so therefore he had to learn from somebody. And this is interesting. What dragon did he learn from? There's a lot of theories going around saying that the former king of dragons taught Acnologia. That would be insane. That would be crazy if that happened, because it will kind of be like Acnologia living up to his teacher's hype, if you say. So yeah, that's one thing. The next one is the human versus dragon war. Now, this war has been talked about forever. This was basically the thing that caused the whole shift between dragons and humans. Some dragons end up hating humans, some humans end up hating dragons. Some dragons like Igneo love the humans regardless, and we've seen people like Acnologia, they just didn't care about either side. You know, they would kill humans and they would kill dragons. So I think that finding out the reason why this war started and how it ended will be a pivotal role in actually seeing character development for people like Acnologia, or for like the other dragons like Igneolus. Like, I just want to see what went down to spark this war and how did it end. And last but not least, Anna Heartfilia's life. Now, I know that everybody and their mother, no pun intended, because we know that she's basically a huge ancestor, but everybody wants to figure out what happened with Anna Heartfilia, what's her connection with Zeref, how'd she end up meeting Zeref, what's her connection with Acnologia. I know there's a lot of people speculating stuff like Acnologia is Anna's lover. I actually thought of that for a little bit, but me personally, I'm more of an Acnologia x Irene shipper, but that's for another video. But I personally do think that Anna's life, figure out what she did, how she became such a great mage, that's going to be something that's just amazing. It's going to blow us all away. But that's basically it for these top, or this isn't really a top list, but just the never before seen footage in Fairy Tail. I hope we actually do get to see this stuff, because it will be a bummer if we actually didn't. Comment what you guys think down below, subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.